Good morning, and welcome to Inside the Paddock here at Mugello. Now you may notice this isn't Jack Appleyard once again, as it was for the preview. He is again skiving, unfortunately. No, I'm joking. He is a little bit under the weather still. We're just giving him a bit of another sort of session off, let's say, doing half a job this weekend, isn't he, Mr. Jack Appleyard? So I'm filling in once again. Sorry to Jack Appleyard's fans. I know there's plenty of you out there. I'm sure he's watching as well. So hello, Jack. Hope you're nice and cool in the media centre, mate. The weather is just about getting some blue skies and sunshine here, so that is promising, and we've got a dry, obviously, session in MotoGP. Now we are, of course, outside VR46 because Mr. Fabio Di Gianantonio tops the session, as you probably have seen if you tune into this, and you probably tuned into the session as well. So let's go take a look and see if we can see if anyone from VR46 is around, and we can have a little bit of a chat as we just enter here. So myself, Elliott York, filling in for Jack Appleyard, and this is a very busy Mugello paddock, as expected, and of course there is plenty of people around the VR46 racing team boxes. Pablo Nieto, there was Marquez or Pecco just moving through there. I think so. We've just missed Mark. That's really unfortunate. I'll try peek my head around the corner to see if we can get him. No, we can't, unfortunately. There he goes. Marc Marquez, of course, returning to action after missing, the French Grand Prix after he got injured in the French Grand Prix. And then, of course, missing last time out over in Barcelona. Great to see the nice 3 back on track, was it? Just taking it nice and steady, was he today, Marc Marquez? Here, if you turn around the camera, is Mr. Pecco Bagnaia. Pecco, just a quick word from this morning. All good?
All good, yeah.
With the small crash, or was it a technical issue?
No, I just went wide because I was pushing.
Fair enough, but looking forward to this afternoon?
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff from Pecco, yeah. We wasn't sure whether it was a technical issue for Pecco. Obviously ran wide down into turn 1 at San Donato, pretty late into the session, to be honest. Glad to hear that there's no such issues. As always, Pecco doing a great job with the fans. You can just see over there in the distance, obviously a home Grand Prix for Ducati and Pecco Bagnaia, so great to see. And here, Pecco is sounding pretty confident after what was, for most of it, a pretty promising session, it has to be said. And there's Davide Tardozzi, who will go into the Ducati box. I'm going to try have a word with Davide once he reappears to obviously get the latest on Marc Marquez. Pablo Nieto just deep in conversation there, so I'll wait a little bit before I rudely interrupt. Can I come in, Pablo? Sorry to interrupt.
Don't worry.
A great start to the home Grand Prix for your team, and Fabio, how is he feeling out there?
Yeah, not bad. It's very important to start like this, but we know the beginning is just a start, FP1, so we have to keep pushing because it's going to be hard, but always it's like this, so we have to work on the same line that we are working now.
How are the vibes after the Catalan Grand Prix? Obviously a week off, and also the update on the finger as well with Digi. We know he missed the Monday test, so how's he feeling with the injury? I think he's all okay, but how is he, and how are the team after what was a great win?
Yeah, in the end, he's not 100%, but it's true that the finger in the left hand, you don't use it a lot, just for the start with the crutch, so we will see what happens, but I talked with him and looks like it's going to be okay.
Franco on the other side of the box as well, got to talk about Franco. How was he this morning? Again, another home Grand Prix for Franco, so how's he feeling? I know it's been a bit of a trickier season so far.
Yeah, we are making so up and down during this season, but I think now we arrived to home race. It's very important for him. I think he's very fast in this track, so it's going to be a tough weekend, but I think we can make it also a very good race with him.
What's on the lunch menu in the VR46 box? We're in Italy, of course, famous for pizza and pasta. I know they can't eat too much of that, but we can indulge, but these guys can't. What's on the menu?
Yeah, always pasta, no? Pasta and pizza. It's important, no? But we love Italian food, so we are in our home race. Our hospitality is sitting very, very good, and the riders are very happy.
Thank you, Pablo, for your time, and good luck for this afternoon and the rest of the weekend as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to Pablo Nieto. Always great to speak to and get some insight from the VR46 racing team boss. Let's just creep around the side again to Ducati, because as you can see, there's plenty of cameras around. I think Pecco Bagnaia might still be signing some signatures. You can see Dr. Ansel Charter, their Chief Medical Officer for MotoGP, just hanging around the outside as well. We'll try our best to get a word with Marc Marquez, but it might be difficult, as you can imagine. DAZN hanging around as well, the documentary cameras, never shy of cameras is Marc Marquez and Ducati. You can see them scurrying along there as well. Just go around the side and see what we can see. But yeah, a good start, of course, to the weekend for Fabio Di Giannantonio, riding the crest of a wave, isn't he, in 2026, and finally got that victory under his belt over at the Castellan Grand Prix a couple of weekends ago, after what was, of course, a very scary crash that he was involved with Alex Marquez. And obviously we've got an update with Alex and Johan. If you just tune in for the first time this weekend, Alex and Johan are on the mend. We got words from Lucio Cecchinelli this morning with Jack Appleyard when he did decide to do a little bit of work in pit lane. I do jest, of course. That Zarco is going to undergo surgery in a few days' time. It should be soon, and then unfortunately it's going to be months before we see Zarco back on track. And you might have seen Cal Crutchlow is back with us. That was an unexpected interview yesterday. I was chatting to Cal Crutchlow. Great, though, obviously from a British perspective, of course, but great to have Cal Crutchlow with us, and not a bad session for Crutchlow either. And of course, Michele Pirro standing in for Alex Marquez. Who knows, maybe Nicolo Bulega. Rumours started to circulate that he might be filling in next weekend at Balaton Park. Right, still all camped outside VR46. Let's go and see if we can find anyone else to chat to bring you some insights here on Inside the Paddock. Grassini Racing Hospitality, of course, busy as always. It was a good session for Fermin Aldeguer as well. Obviously, he finished on the podium last time out in Barcelona. So we shall walk around the side, skip through the ropes and see if we can find anyone. I'm just trying to see what we can hear. In the background you can hear the Red Bull Rookies Cup, a bumper weekend of action coming up here in Mugello. We've got Rookies Cup, we've got the Baggers, of course, here as well this weekend. Nobody around. Alex Marquez, of course, as mentioned, not here. It was a good session for Honda as well. We saw Luca Marini and Joan Mir towards the top 10 and inside the top 10. Obviously, Mir did finish on the podium and celebrated a podium before it was, unfortunately, taken away from him over in Barcelona, taken out in the sprint, then a podium trophy snatched away from him due to these tyre pressure penalties. I see a certain Mr. Diogo Moreira, but I am not going to be quick enough to run after him on a scooter versus my legs, which aren't working correctly at this moment in time. Right, let's move up because we are near Aprilia. I'm trying to see if there's any fans around who fancy a chat as well. We can see some Johan Zarco fans here, and understandably outside of Aprilia there's a big crowd because a certain Mr. Marco Bezzecchi and of course Jorge Martin as well are probably waiting to come out of the pit garage. Let's go around here and see if we can try and find anyone to chat to. Bezzecchi, a bit of a quiet session, let's say. I'm going to say a slow session. It's never slow in MotoGP, but down in P14 was the championship leader this morning, so not pushing. I don't think he slotted in a fresh tyre at the end of the session either, which a lot of the riders did do, including Fabio Di Giannantonio and a few others towards the top end of the time sheet. So let's not read too much into the weekend so far from an FP1 perspective. Tricky conditions as well. Marc Marquez was another rider who didn't slot in that fresh tyre at the end of the session. So yeah, don't read too much into that from a Marco Bezzecchi perspective. But yes, obviously everyone is waiting to see if we can, well, get a glimpse actually of Bezzecchi and Martin coming out of the pit garages. But no sign of them so far. Just move slightly up towards. We'll just keep an eye on that as things stand, and I'll try and rush through the crowd and try and grab a word with some of your favourite riders. Trackhouse, great session for Agura. I'm sure you saw that. Not used to seeing Agura up inside the sort of top 5. It was up inside the top 3 this morning on the Trackhouse Racing Aprilia. Obviously, Agura was very disappointed how events unfolded over in Barcelona when he took out Pedro Acosta at the final corner on the final lap. And you do see MotoGP riders very sorry for their actions, but I don't think I've ever seen a rider so disappointed with a last lap move that went wrong that Agura did. Obviously, went over to Pedro Acosta's garage straight away to apologise, and Agura, not really a man of many words at the best of times, that's just his character and we love him for it, but yeah, didn't want to speak too much about what happened over in Barcelona on that Sunday. But a great start to proceedings so far this weekend. So let's have a little bit of a walk up here because I don't see anyone from Aprilia rising. Actually, yes, we do. I can hear some commotion. So let's go have a look. Yes, it's Marco Bezzecchi. So let's try and feed our way through the crowd. I will go try and get through here and try and get a quick word with Bez while he's sorry guys, sorry coming through. Bez, of course, a real fan favourite here and the championship leader, of course, as well. We'll get a word with him while he's signing autographs, beautiful helmets as well, and taking photos. VR46 Racing here, of course, as well. Thanks for signature. Bez, just while you're with the fans as well, just a quick word on this morning. How was it? How was this morning, Marco?
It was good. It was very good, and the track looks amazing. Of course, the condition was tough, but yeah, during the session was improving, so can't complain. I had fun, and the fans are always good.
They are always good, signing autographs here. More to come this afternoon. I know you were P14. That doesn't sort of reflect the speed.
Yeah, at the end FP1, you know, you can change the tire, but you also don't change it. So let's see, after the practice will be for sure a session where everyone will change the tires.
Thank you.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Marco. Enjoy the fans as well. Yeah, thank you to Marco for chatting to us. Yeah, lots of fans, of course, waiting for the signature. Don't like to take up the riders' time too much when obviously the fans pay good money to attend the Italian Grand Prix and all the other races around the world as well, to get up close and personal to the heroes. And we got a timely reminder, not a timely reminder, a sort of very harsh reminder, didn't we, in Barcelona, just how heroic these guys are and always will be in this very dangerous but very exciting sport in MotoGP. And Bez quickly gaining popularity, of course, now riding for Monster Aprilia. If you just scan around here, we've got a big fat green M. Obviously, Bez was a Monster backed rider anyway, but now Aprilia Racing, it was confirmed today, have Monster sponsorship on the side of their bikes. Now for Jorge Martin, a Red Bull athlete, he's had to take some sponsorship off of his helmets and leathers for that. But yeah, good news for Aprilia to finally get a sponsorship on the side of their bike, and Monster as well. So let's try and get out of the crowd and make our way. I can just see Top Rack Razgatlioglu up there. So let's make a beeline for Top Rack. Slightly down the order was Top Rack Razgatlioglu this morning. Whoa, what? I'm sure you heard that. I don't think it's anything to worry about, but pretty much shocked me. Hopefully that's just someone in the crowd just messing around with things, but yeah, we'll obviously keep updated on that. Hopefully nothing to worry about, but yeah, maybe a change of underwear is needed after that one for a few of us in the paddock, including myself. Top Rack has just disappeared into the back of the box for the truck. Let's have a look, see where. Yeah, I think he's just disappeared into there. We'll go through here. This is Red Bull KTM Tech 3 first. Maverick Vinales was well inside that top 10, which was great to see. Of course, Maverick returned to action over in Barcelona. And we saw Pedro Acosta getting a little bit frustrated, didn't we, with his bike early on in the session. Pedro did set the fastest lap of the session towards the end of the session. Then, of course, it got beaten by a few of the riders. But great to see the 12 back in some sort of form in terms of Maverick and Ea Bastianini, of course, as well. Home Grand Prix for the Beast. Can't see the Beast anywhere. Unfortunately, there's Danny Holgado, Moto 2 rider as well. Come on, guys, where is everyone? Yeah, of course, not just MotoGP riders who are a centre of attention this weekend. It is, of course, Moto 3 and Moto 2 riders as well. And, of course, Andrea Iannone is back in the baggers. If you didn't know that already, there's plenty of reasons to watch the baggers, but there's another one, especially for the Italians. I can't quite see anyone. They must have known that Jack Appial wasn't presenting and thought, nah, I don't fancy that. I'll go for an early lunch. And I wonder what is on the lunch menu, actually, because I'm getting quite peckish. We'll have another wander back down pit lane. Hello. And see if we can find anyone to have a quick chat to before we wrap this one up. Of course, practice coming up in around about 3 hours' time, and it looks like, fingers crossed, it's going to stay relatively clear. For a dry session, that's what we want here in Mugello, isn't it? Because okay, a little bit of rain is nice every now and again, but forecast didn't really say that we were going to get some rain. Let's make our way into the paddock area, trying to see if any fans fancy a chat as well. Joanne Mir has just scooted off down there. That's a shame. Joanne Mir's not going to want to speak to us either. Where are you, riders? Yeah, so we've got practice coming up later on, as I said, and then of course into Saturday and Sunday, where the conditions are expected to brighten up. We've got nice blue sunny skies coming up later on in the weekend. Yeah, unfortunately, it would be nice to bring you some more live updates from riders or team personnel. We've got Pablo Nieto, got a quick word from Pecco and Bez as well, so we're not done too bad for the stand-in, the super sub. Not done too bad, I don't think. Obviously, have your say in the comments below how we could have done or what we can improve on. Plenty to improve on, I'm sure. Also, got the lunch menu from VR46, which was quite nice. But I'm afraid that might be all she wrote for Inside the Paddock here in Mugello. I don't think there's one tomorrow because of the bumper schedule we've got with Red Bull Rookies and the Baggers, but I might be wrong. Jack Appleyard might be back in action tomorrow if he feels up for it. He might just fancy a bit more rest, and yeah, who can blame him? He did say he was going to give me half of his salary this weekend, so I'm going to hold him to that as my nose just goes a bit Pinocchio. But he might buy me a beer at the end of the weekend. That might be all I get, but I'll take it. That won't be too bad of a reward for some graft. Yeah, as you can see, busy paddock, but not too many. I'm trying to look for some funky costumes as well. Luca Marini is here. Let's try and get a quick word, Luca. Luca, just a quick word. How was this morning?
Good. Let's see later when we will put the correct tires, because this morning we were on the soft front that was not perfect, and the medium rear is not even the tire for the long race. So later everything can change.
Thank you, Luca. Enjoy your lunch.
Bye.
Luca saving the day, as he so often does. Great to chat to Luca, always open and honest. And I reckon, just grabbing Luca Marini at the end there, one of the home heroes, of course. That is all we've got time for. So, quick scan. No one else around. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully Jack is back soon. We all want him back, of course. He'll be wanting to be back on your screens as well. But tune in for the rest of the weekend. Practice coming up later on this afternoon. It should be a belter as well with iffy conditions. See how Marc Marquez gets on the factory Ducati as well. He looked all okay, was given the signal that he was just taking it steady this morning, which is good news. It's all about that shoulder. Spoke to him yesterday and he said, the foot, we can see him limping. The foot is nothing to worry about. His words, peanuts. So no issues with the foot. It's just the shoulder. And of course, the rest of the Italians and the rest of the grid as well. So thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully the weather stays dry. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your day, and see you next time. Ciao.